Hey, good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. This is a busy one. Thank you for being here with us on Fox Weather. It's 4 o'clock on the East Coast, 1 p.m. out west. I'm Ian Oliver, and this is Fox Weather Now. This is what we've been talking about all week on Fox Weather. Numerous hazards for many of the same places. We got that upgrade overnight last night to a level 5 out of 5 threat. As I said, it's typically only one or two of these that we get in any given year from the Storm Prediction Center. This is actually the second one of 2025. The first was back in the middle of March, that powerful storm that produced more than 100 confirmed tornadoes. The problem is that this giant storm is slowing, it's stalling out, and it puts down heavy rain for days. That's why these big-time totals are possible, and we've got a level 4 out of 4 flood threat from the Weather Prediction Center in places like western Kentucky, where they're way above average for rain so far this year, down through West Tennessee, Memphis, and arcing into northeastern parts of Arkansas. So let's get you updated on where we stand with the active severe weather, that rare high risk, a 5 out of 5. Memphis right there, that's a live picture. And we wanted to start with this because you've got some storms in the vicinity. There was a severe thunderstorm warning just off to the south and east of town. I believe that one is still in effect. But this was just issued a few minutes back by the Storm Prediction Center, a new tornado watch. We thought this was coming, but it has the tag on it, PDS, particularly dangerous situation, which is that upgrade above a baseline watch that the Weather Service uses when there's a heightened danger, a step above a big-time risk to both life and property. And unfortunately, that's what we have this go-around with tornadoes very likely. And the hazards indicated here, a few intense tornadoes likely, widespread damaging wind gusts with some isolated gusts that could exceed 80 miles per hour, and scattered large hail, some very large hail that could exceed 2 inches in diameter. So this is top-end severe weather potential, and it was just issued for that whole swath. Memphis is in the mix. There's a couple of active tornado warnings. Fox Weather Alert System lit up through the day. I said one severe thunderstorm warning. This was the discussion that we had with Brandon Kopic. If you were with us last hour, it was just a few minutes after the top of the hour. The question was, do we stay off to the west, or do we move east to the east side of the Mississippi River in through here and track these storms, the discrete ones that were firing? They were just showers at that point. They didn't even have severe thunderstorm warnings. Now we've got several of those, and these are problematic. Some of these on a path that could take them through Memphis proper. So we're going to have to watch the evolution of these. They've just turned severe, and they're in the early part of their life cycle. Those could still be, in fact, they likely are, still trending considerably farther up in terms of intensity. These are the ones that have been powerful the last several hours. Big hail core out of this one. Howell and Ozark counties. Some rotation in there. It's maybe not as obvious. It's more broad. It's there, no question. Not as tight as last time we had checked in. That's still a dangerous cell, though. Big hail signature. That could be up to about the size of ping pong balls. And farther off to the north and east, that's another tornado-warned storm. East of Rolla, an additional tornado-warned storm. This is the issue. You can see, one, the pace of the clouds that have developed through the day today, how quickly those are moving from south-southwest to north-northeast, bringing with it some of that moisture, and also the coverage of sunshine or the lack of cloud cover. There's been a bunch of that, which has energized the atmosphere, and when that energy reaches high enough level, then boom, you see that explosion of storm activity right there over the middle Mississippi. Those storms are tracking north-northeast in the general flow out ahead of the front, which is back here. There'll be severe weather along that, and these are going to be moving into places like Memphis. So with scattered concerns with these powerful storms out ahead of the line, and then this big line that moves in that features more of the same.